Hi guys. So I'm going to show you a couple of little things. First, I'm going to show you about my camera setup and how to record on the smallest setting possible. And then I'll show you some how to transfer it and label your videos, and then just management. Okay, so here goes. This is my GoPro kit. So let's look inside. First, this is my little microphone. These are hard to find, but they make your sound a little bit better. But we may or may not need this. So there's my camera. It's a GoPro 3. I keep it in this protective case, but I do not film in this because there's terrible sound. It's solid. It's meant for skydiving. Let's put that off to the side. You can see the 3. Let's turn it on. Okay, now the 3, you can buy them used. You can find them on the Walmart.com. They're about $100. I recommend them because they can film in a very small file size. Okay, so I'll show you. So this is my settings here. I've got it on WVGA 60. That's the smallest one. To change it, you can go into here, go into your settings, and there. And there's WVGA. Okay, to the top one, you can select down. There's the 1080. So all of your cameras, all of your GoPros have multiple settings, but just what is the smallest one? If your smallest one is 720, that's still a gigantic file. Then you have to manage those files. That's why I like the 3. I think the 3 is the last one that does WVGA. I can't remember, maybe the 4 does it as well, but it's like 120 frames instead of 60. Doesn't really matter. Okay, so I got that. I like it. There you go. Back to exit. Okay, there's my settings. All right, that's how you get it to the lowest setting, and once you set it, it should keep those settings, forever unless you change it. Okay, now on my camera, you got your side. This is your charging port, and this is a tether that you can go back to your computer. I never use that. I never use the tether. But here's a little card. I have a what is that? A 64. That's about as big as I want to use. I have 2 of them. I will never need anything bigger than a 64. I swap them in between tests, but like on an IDL or something, I can get like, half a day. I can get 5 tests out of one, but I don't do that. I manage my stuff a little bit better. I have a process, and I'll show you that. This is my extra internal batteries. So my internal batteries, I've always got them charged up and ready to go, and I have 2 of them. So I always have at least one ready to go, and when I swap it out, I swap the new one in, plug it back in. Okay, so I've got a backpack. Right? So I got my backpack, and this gives you added life, and you can swap it while you're going. Okay, so if you're running out of battery power, you just grab another backpack, and you can just swap it out without turning off the camera. Okay. Now I have like 5 backpacks. Now there's an alternative to that. And it's a power supply. This is 20,000 microamp hours. Okay, so it's big. I got a 2-pack of these on Amazon for like $40. So you just look around and you find them. This is a lot of power. You tether onto it. You put this in your pocket, and when you're testing, you just wear a shirt with a shirt pocket. Oh, my Everblue shirt doesn't have a pocket in it. Well, wear a different shirt. Figure it out. And this will give you all-day power. So you just plug it into the side, and you've got power constantly as long as this is charged up. And one of these will last you seriously all day, and I have 2 of them, so I mean, that's well covered. By the way, I also have a spare camera, just in case this one dies or whatever, it gives me a problem. Because when you're out in the field, you have a problem, you're on your own. Okay? So, and you can't have problems with your videos. Alright, so now that we've got this, great. Now what? Now you need to hold it. Okay. Now you need the skeleton frame. Okay. It gives you access to the bits on it, and you know all the buttons and everything are exposed. But this doesn't block any microphones. So if you don't have an exterior microphone like me, which would plug right in there, but it plugs into the same space as this power supply, so you can use one or the other. So they have this in single wide and double. I got the double, and it's meant for a backpack. But you can get them in single wide as well. It just has that opening in there. Okay, just goes in there. Okay, and it's got the little mount down here. You're ready to go. Now I have on my mounts, we've got this little guy. This is just a flat mount. And I use this every once in a while when I'm doing written exams. And I can just set it down. Okay? I can just set it. It'll just aim it where I want it. Okay? I do have other tripods for it. One's a little pistol grip and it mounts it a little higher. I have one on a stick that can mount higher. Just depending on what you want to do. But for like written exams, you need to have like a little base or something so it can just be sitting there. Okay? Now, in between tests, like I do with the backpacks, I just swap out my backpack in between tests. But for these energy auditor and BAT exams, I like to swap out both batteries, or I swap out depending on how long the test was, I swap off the backpack, but if it's been over like 2 hours, I'm going to swap the backpack and the main battery. So to do that, it's real easy. Pop it out. First, you grab your card, and we'll deal with that in a second. Put that off to the side right here. And then you swap out your new card. So your second card. And you either swap out your backpack. These backpacks are getting harder to find too because they don't make them anymore. But you either do your backpack, or if you have the single one, you put it back in to your case. You plug in your battery, put it back in your pocket, and you're ready to go. Okay? Next test. It's pretty simple, right? And in my little kit, I have a double charger because I always have these guys on the charge. I have a third card. I have a third memory card in here. That one's another 64. It's all about redundancy and having plenty of stuff. Not getting stuck in a lurch. Now that you have that and you're transferring it, this is just an adapter. Okay, so I get my little guy, put it in there, into the adapter, plug it in. And then I transfer the files from the card into my storage. Now, where are you storing stuff? Now, we have lots of options for storing stuff, but there's really just one good one, and that is an external drive. Here's my old one. It was a spinning disk drive. It's bigger, it's heavy, and it was this is 1.5 terabytes. And it was okay, but it's kind of slow. And this one actually bricked out on me. And so, that happens sometimes. That sucks. But if it bricks out on you, you lose all your files. So that's a bummer. So this guy, this is my most recent one. I got it. It was $140 at Best Buy. And that's it. That tiny little thing. It's a solid state. Now it's $140. You're not going to find one for $14, okay? They're not cheap, but this will last for a long, long time. Okay? It's small. The trick is to put it in a pouch so you don't lose it. Go in there, plugged in. You can see the one I have right here already plugged in. This is my other one. So this is actually just a backup that I have, and this is my main one. This is a 1 terabyte, and this is a 2 terabyte. If I said gigabyte before, I meant terabyte. So this is a little 2 terabyte guy, and it's got a backup of my whole computer on it. And this is what I use for my video storage. Now we're going to transfer some video. All right, here we go. So this is my BPI video storage. So this is my year of proctoring. And so I'll make a new folder. So each one, this is the date of the class. It's the Tampa BPI, January 8th, January 22nd, March 18th, etc., Colville. You get the point. And here's inside, I have the students, like Colville, that was just BATs, so I just have the people's names in last name first, and then I have their videos in there, and they are in order, multiple pieces because they're recorded on the GoPro, and they're labeled properly. So I'll just show you the whole thing from scratch. So I'm here, I've got a new class, new folder. I would call that 12, 31, 2024. I'm going to name it, let's say it's Baltimore BPI. Okay, all right. Then I'll open that. Okay, now folder's empty. Now I'm going to put in my other card here. Okay, there we go. Open it up. There's my video files. These other files I don't need. The LRVs, I don't need those. Okay, so I'm going to just select the MP4 files, drop them over. Now, the faster your drive, the faster this is going to be. And this is 85 a second. Okay, so they're transferred over there. Now I'm going to rename them. I select them both. Right click, drop down to rename. I'm going to go my name first, Anthony.Erickson, and then the comma, and then the student's name. Let's say this guy's Tom Jones. So Jones.Tom. And then comma, and then we're going to do the test he took, which is BAT. And you can write field if you want. It doesn't matter because there's only a field now. Comma, and then the date. That was 12-31-2024. And then comma, and then the test center. There you go, Everblue. Okay? Ba-boom. And then they're both renamed. Okay? So once you're done here, you are already formatted for GoPro, okay? So you don't want to mess that up. So what you do is just select all these and delete it. Delete, yes, and that causes no problems. You don't have to reformat it each time. I've had formatting errors where it just has problems with the card, and I've lost videos that way because I didn't know what was going on because there were errors on the card, formatting errors. And so I just leave the format. My computer likes it. The GoPro likes it. We'll just leave it alone. Okay? And then you're done. Exit it out, and it's saved. Now for me, I have Energy Auditor proctoring, and I keep those in a different folder because I have to keep those forever. Okay? So the proctoring, I just keep them dated, all of that sort of stuff, and just be consistent. I can find any video that I need immediately. These are no longer needed. I can delete them, and I will in a minute, but you only have to keep them for 6 months. So I hope that helps, okay? Good luck, guys.